You ever looked at the price of a load and just think, wait, who's getting paid here? Me or the gas pump? Because lately trucking's been looking like one big math problem that nobody's solved since the Bush administration. What used to be one of the best blue-collar wealth paths in America has turned into a financial Rubik's Cube. Fuel up, haul freight, pay bills, and somehow the profit vanished in transit. And the funny part, everyone just points fingers. Shippers say, the market's just tight. Brokers say, hey, we only take a small cut. And truckers say, bro, I'm one breakdown away from starting a GoFundMe. Welcome back to the Financial Watchman, where we track the roads your money travels, literally. Today we're talking about why trucking ain't trucking like it used to. Maybe the problem isn't cheap freight. Maybe it's an expensive economy. Let's take it back to the golden age of trucking. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, trucking was the definition of independence. You could buy a used Freightliner for under $40,000, run regional routes, and still take your family to Red Lobster on a Friday without checking your bank app. Fuel hovered around $1.50 a gallon, rates averaged $1.50 to $2 a mile, and that was profit, not survival. Owner-operators were local celebrities. You'd roll into a truck stop, chrome polished, CB radio flexing, and someone would say, hey, that's Big Mike. He owns 2 trucks and just paid off his house. What a guy. Now, that same Big Mike is on TikTok breaking down ELD malfunctions while eating a gas station burrito that costs $8.99. So what changed? Simple. The economy inflated, but the rates didn't. And there the domino effect began. Let's start with the inflation issue. Diesel jumped from $1.50 to $4 to $5 a gallon. Trucks that once cost $80,000 are now $180,000. Insurance doubled, tires tripled, and repairs? Let's just say mechanics are now charging dealership prices and judging you while they're doing it. But freight rates still hovering in the same range they were 20 years ago. That's like getting the same paycheck from 2004 while paying 2025 bills. And the other issue, the rise of the middleman. Once upon a time, truckers worked directly with the shippers. Then came brokers. And now, digital load boards and apps that turn freight into an auction. You remember those online car bidding sites? Now imagine that, but instead of buying a car, you're fighting for a $500 mile load that pays less than your tire bill. Brokers thrive off volume. They don't care if it's cheap or expensive, as long as it moves. They get paid off the top, no matter how little is left at the bottom. And the other issue, corporate consolidation. The mega carriers bought fleets, the brokers merged, and independent truckers got squeezed like the last ketchup packet at a rest stop. Just picture it. The brokers sipping a $7 Starbucks latte in an air-conditioned office, while the driver is sweating on I-80 hoping his AC fuse holds up. See the math? It stopped mathing. If you ever hauled a load and felt like you worked for everybody except yourself, hit that like button. And drop a comment. What's your definition of cheap freight? I want to see how far apart the math is between drivers, brokers, and shippers. Let's talk about the psychology of cheap freight. Here's the irony. Cheap freight isn't always cheap. It depends on who's looking at it. To the shipper, $2.50 a mile might sound high. To the broker, that's commission territory. To the trucker, that's barely survival once you factor in fuel, tolls, maintenance, taxes, and the time. Truckers don't move freight. They move inflation. When costs go up for everyone, the mechanic, the fuel distributor, the truck part manufacturer, that all funnels back into the cost per mile. So even when a shipper thinks, we're paying premium, the trucker is seeing, I'm one blown turbo away from bankruptcy. It's not greed, it's arithmetic. And that's what makes this an expensive economy, not a cheap freight market. Let's look at the macroeconomic breakdown. Number 1, the inflation lag. Wages and prices rise slowly, but operational costs spike fast. See, a broker might still quote based on last quarter's averages, while diesel prices swing 30 cents overnight. So the numbers truckers get are historical prices in real-time world. Number 2, technology and algorithmic pricing. Load board algorithms chase the cheapest available driver, not the fairest rate. You know how airlines use dynamic pricing? Trucking's doing the same thing, but instead of vacations, it's your livelihood. Number 3, the disappearing middle class of trucking. 20 years ago, trucking built wealth. Now it builds content creators. Because the only people making steady money in trucking right now are the ones teaching trucking on YouTube. Back in 2004, you had 2 trucks and a boat. Now you got 2 GoPros and hope. So where do we go from here? The trucking industry is America's backbone, but the spine's got scoliosis right now. So let's talk about what needs to change. Number 1, transparency in broker margins, so truckers know who's really pocketing the difference. Number 2, rate floors tied to fuel indexes, so rates can't dip below cost of operation. And number 3, better data for small operators, so they can compete with large carriers. But let's be honest, the system's not designed to make everyone win. It's designed to keep freight cheap and the economy moving, even if that means the trucker runs around in circles just to stay in place. Still, truckers are survivors. They'll find efficiency, they'll find side hustles, and they'll keep the economy rolling, even if the economy forgot to return the favor. See, if resilience was measured in miles, truckers would be billionaires already. So next time someone says freight's cheap, ask them, compared to what? Because the economy keeps inflating faster than the rates rise. It's not cheap freight, it's an expensive economy with unpaid drivers. This has been the Financial Watchman. Take care of your money today so it can take care of you tomorrow. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial, legal, or investment advice. All opinions are based on publicly available data and personal analysis from discussion. The Financial Watchman brand presents content in a satirical storytelling style, not as professional trucking or economic guidance. I am the Financial Watchman, and I'm signing out. Bye-bye, y'all.